What's happening? Benton here. How y'all doing? Still working on the mix. Been wrestling this OBS. Can y'all hear the beats? I probably need to listen myself on my phone. Yeah. What's up? I am the Dow. StreamYard's lagging with the comments, I see. Well, how loud is it now, Chuck? Because certainly it was louder before I was not talking. The music with my talking, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I guess perhaps I could have worked that out on my own before we went live. Indeed. Goodness gracious. Well, I am in the library, Chuck. Chuck says my voice is low. I am in the library, Chuck. How about now? I realize now that I cannot ask you folks these questions. But thank you. Because remember, what I asked was, can you hear the beats? That would be the music. But I forget that I'm one of the few people that can just answer the question as asked. And nothing against you fine folks, but something about me. I for some reason, I labor under that misapprehension. Well, the music was supposed to be loud at start because I wasn't talking. So then I turned it down, and I want to know, can you hear the music as I'm speaking? But I understand it was louder. because then I turned it down. But I don't know what it sounds like to you folks. I have no way of, that I know of hearing what you're hearing. I had to turn it down, or when I turned yours down, it stays the same volume for me. So then I have to take another turn it down, if that makes sense. Cool. Yeah. As long as you can hear the beats and hear me, everything is lovely. But yeah, I want the music to be faint. That's the idea, but still able to be heard. Appreciate y'all being here. I don't even know how many are in the house. 18 watching. Yeah, I'm thinking about trying to figure out some version of a private live stream for the hardcore fans, maybe on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm realizing that Monday and Tuesdays pretty much dead. Sunday's like half dead. There's really no point in trying to do a big broadcast. I might be calling into Mr. Unslaved, though. We'll see how that goes. But thank y'all. Thank you for the help with the audio. Much appreciated. Wasn't trying to be a dick, but no other choice some of the time. Ms. Capricorni, good to see you. Oh, yes. Rachel Zinger. Nice to see you. Is that the 07? Oh, and I groomed and chopped the fuzz off. Trimmed up my hilarious cop mustache. Took a shower and put on clean clothes. You know why? Out of respect for the library. And it's 250 megabits per second uploads. Oh, this is a music producer from Arkansas made this music. Let me click on the right buttons. Where are we at here? There we are. Aha. This is his YouTube channel at multi-beats. Oh, I need to be on the releases tab, don't I? There we go. And then also he has a site, I believe it's linked there on his YouTube, multi-beats. There's some sort of limited license one could purchase for various beats. If anybody is into that, check him out. Beats by multi.beatstars.com. And once again, YouTube channel at multi-beats. And at a certain point, we're watching an old man use a computer, lest we forget. I don't know, man. Oh, I can't call it. How am I not on the screen here? Wait a minute. Something's gone awry. I must be on the screen. Must have accidentally closed my window. Aha, there I am. OBS. Okay. Fantastic. Christos in the house. Good to see you, sir. How long until someone tells me that, the patrons can be seen on your live streams? There in the background. Hey, Pineal Power in the house. What's up, brother man? Good to see you, sir. Hope everything's A-okay over your way. Cleveland likes music, perhaps? Indeed. Have a great day to you as well, Pineal. This says hide chat. Can I not see the chat while I'm full screen? And do we really need this sharing window here? Optics are lit. Oh, show chat. Okay, I see. Now it should show the chat. Oh, I'm supposed to be talking. I've already had my three meals for the day. Oh, and I ordered my nutritional supplements. The ox bile, 2 bottles of ox bile, 2 bottles of pancreatic enzymes, and a big bottle of taurine. Okay, this isn't working. Oh, I can full screen. That's right. So, Christos and others, what do we think about this Bex, Pythagosaurus Bex? I screen capped some of her live. I woke up at, 2 a.m. or whatever. Guess she was streaming all night. So I screen capped some of that. She's doesn't leave the streams up. In fact, the stream died while I was screen capping in 1.5. See. Then I got some Zetetic Warrior. I guess he was playing his my loud voice potentially causing some of the patrons to flee. He was at the table just outside the door here. Not a big fan. Ox bile. No, I haven't had the pleasure. I like to just maybe start eating raw animal gallbladders maybe. I don't know. And pancreas. Shame on the mess. I agree, Christos. I'm starting to wonder because her performance on this channel was it's a bit strange as well. Music Holds a Secret. Woke up at midnight, fell back asleep before my morning live stream. Well, good for you. I was wondering where you were. At a certain point, I was completely behind in the chat. Oh, it's looped back around. Fantastic. Oh, I see what happened. I loaded the playlist twice. Yeah, I was wondering where you were. Music Holds a Secret. Mystery solved. I wonder if I could highlight the comments on my phone and still keep my my full screen. I wonder if that would work. Let's try that. fascinating. Uh-oh. Benton adding himself to the stream. How rude. Hell yeah, that works. Ha ha ha. Got him. Oh, but I forget something about these phones. You can mute it and turn the volume all the way down and they still pick up on the mic somehow. Very strange. Very strange. Get out of here, Benton. Cool. Well, golly. How many viewers do we have? That's the only thing I can't see. Look at me in 720p. I'm digging this internet. Pretty cool. He says he has many other channels of a different cloth to pick from as well. Yeah, we need to explore that someday. Oh, 21 in the house. Not bad for a Monday. I'll take it. Yeah, let's play some Becks. Let's play some Becks. Will this work? I think it will. Not if you click that, sir. Not an extra camera either. Video file. Hey, there we go. Amazing. Oh, do I have to go rename the fucking thing? I bet I do. Effing StreamYard, man. I have to rename the extension of the video file, and then it will play. Fucking A, man. Fucking A, man. Yeah, MP4. I think M4V works too, but we'll do MP4.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Did I leave that second song on too long? I'm a pretty particular music person. Most of the time I like to listen to whatever makes the people around me happy. And then I like the music that's playing. I do have a taste in music myself, but tends to be, when I'm by myself most of the time, it's very, very, very sad. When I'm with other people, yeah, their love of the music they're listening to doth overfloweth unto me. What can I say? I grew up in a huge family and I love the sound of silence. I love the sound of silence. Yeah, I just came on tonight to just sort of hang out, shoot the shit, see what kind of, I know this is sort of the time zone for me, 7 p.m. in Pacific Standard Time. Most of the world is headed to bed, most of the YouTube world, most of the Europeans that visit us or hang out with us over here, they tend to be, it's still a little early for them. And then maybe some of our Kiwi and Aussie friends, they might, you know, there's still time to be catching them, but I thought I'd see what happens at 7 p.m. on a Sunday night. I can open up the panel after. I just wanted to sort of talk a little bit about the last week. The last couple weeks, I've been streaming like crazy. I really appreciate all the support from all my friends and all the people that have found hanging out with me fun. I definitely don't plan to make that a habit. It might be too late. Some people are like, oh no, she hang out with her too long. I don't get any sleep. So I know I haven't been getting lots of sleep, but I've been definitely feeling really invigorated by what I'm doing. And it's been a lot of fun to just sort of play around with hanging out online. I also noticed though that because of the way that I was, because of some of the I guess some of the channels that I've been to, some of the channels I hang out on, you know, maybe I hadn't been as clear as the direction and what I want to take my channel, how I want to approach being on YouTube. It may not be that important to people listening, you know, but I do know it's one of the reasons I have a YouTube channel is, and actually chose to have my own channel, is because of some of the comments I've seen in chat. You know, sometimes it's directed at me. Oh Lord, here she goes again, right? You know, which I saw and heard and loved the person and chose to come and spread my time between my channel and some of the other channels I hang out on. So that maybe some of the people who've been listening to me talk can go and listen to their friends talk more often. And that's great. Those kind of comments that kind of feedback is amazing. Although I find it's pretty strange that chatters wait months to give that kind of feedback. You know, it's a little passive. But I understand nobody wants to, you know, people don't feel like it's their place maybe to tell someone sitting on someone else's panel that, hey, you talk too much. Oh Lord, not really here. Thank you. It's my girl Vex. Thank you. You know, and again, I was very graceful with that comment. I was 100% earnest with the person. I don't think she'd be here listening. But just in case she was, you know, I would want her to know that I responded in kind. I heard what she had to say and I opened my own channel. That being said, some of the other comments that happen are things like, you know, when you're just a voyeur, you're a voyeur in chat, and you see things like women can't internet. You know, that's a panel discussion. That's an open panel discussion for ladies and men alike to discuss. I can say that as a woman who does internet as a verb, I've been really feel really blessed to have always been received by the people that are hosting the show. Never ever have I had an ungraceful experience with a host. Even the person that I was complaining about the other day and sort of baiting me into potentially, you know, he's got his own beef channel. He's a theist and an atheist who, I know what he's up to. Anyways, I'm just saying any content's good content, and he's going to make a lot of sound bites out of me. So, you know, that one is just me. I should have done my research better, but it was a great interview and hilarious ending. So, great content, really interesting. May end up working with DBK again for all I know. I know you guys don't know because I didn't share the link, but again, I was ranting this week about a few situations that happened to me online. And yeah, I thought it sort of tied into this, like, why did I get my own channel, right? So like I say, like, it doesn't matter who you're looking at out there, who you see on these panels, who you think might not be the greatest person towards women. I'm going to tell you, doesn't matter what these guys are saying when you're not on the panel. When you're up there on the panel, they are showing 100% respect. And that I really appreciate. Now, here's wherein lies the clincher. Okay, here wherein lies maybe the clincher as to why women don't internet or can't internet, which I'm not saying that's what I'm claiming. Obviously, I'm a here woman interneting. I'm here a woman interneting. But, you know, it's interesting the behaviors of some of the gentlemen who have hopped up on my channel. And now I'm the one who should be listening for somebody getting drunk and slipping into somewhere. I'm not a drinker. So, so that one, you know, to the point where a gentleman starts talking about his endowments personally with me, considering the thousands of men I've watched online and the tens or even hundreds of men that I've been around sort of more directly in some of the shows I've done or the chats I've been in. That's never been a thing. Okay. So, to actually hop up on someone's channel, get drunk enough to do that. Again, not something we need to evaluate here, but something I need to evaluate if I want to leave streams up for people to check out later, you know? Then there's the third scenario, Mr. Peabody. Okay, Mr. Peabody. He's a gentleman. I'm going to call him gentleman. Okay. Mr. Peabody was a gentleman who's been hanging around, paneling with the panel walkers of YouTube for at least a month. I don't know. I could probably search back further and find him. A lot of people go back pretty far. You just have to sort of hunt around and see what panel channels were around and when and who's friends with whom. And eventually you'll find, you know, maybe people have spoken before. It's irrelevant, but sometimes it's nice to get a sense of who someone is. Yeah, so this gentleman, Mr. Peabody, many of my friends were like, oh, I really like this guy. He's a great addition to the community. I was like, well, I don't know. Seems a little bit like a nihilist. Seems like someone who kind of speaks a lot of words and doesn't say much, speaks in riddles. See, I'm a person who says a lot, may even dwindle an idea to nothingness. That might be for some people like, oh, if you went nowhere with that idea, you shouldn't have started the idea in the first place. Great. You know, we all have our own ways of thinking, but yeah, so I mean, for me to sit there and say someone says nothing, I know some people would say, who are you to speak? You're constantly changing your position on things. You know, you can't even decide what shape the earth is. No, actually, I know what I believe about the shape of the realm, how I see it. That is irrelevant to how I relate to people, and debating the other side of the equation can be a good exercise. It was great for me. So back to this scenario that was really distressing me. This gentleman who, again, I use that term loosely, even though, oh gosh, he's a gentle talker. Oh gosh, he has a nice hypnotic ring to his linguistic riddling, to the nonsense he spews. That's not all nonsense, you know, letting us know that we're subjects of the Queen and not actually the people talked to, and that the rights of the government lead us to believe that those rights aren't for us, they're for higher class.
Mighty wide of you.
Could be the case, you know, but running around telling me that I'm a subject of the Queen. No, I'll tell you what, you're a subject of the Queen. I'm a subject of source. Okay, you serve a person. I serve an energy, right? Not you. He. Mr. Peabody, he serves the queen, even though she's dead. You know, I serve God, no matter what you want to call it. You know, and actually that came to me. So we're going to get to the point of the story. So anyway, so Mr. Peabody hopped up on my channel, you know, the other day. And one of the first things he said to me was, made a request. I mean, he made a request. It was a suggestion that I leave my mute off, while I go to the bathroom. And then he made some sound effects, you know, not even onomatopoeia. Like it wasn't whoosh. Anyways, aside, I'm being ladylike about this. Now, I get it that I lost it right there, and all the urine apologists right there, all the Mr. Peabody apologists right there, I lost it. Oh man, I was like, what the heck? Would you jump up on so-and-so's panel and do that? You know, would you jump up on any man's panel and suggest that he leave the mute off? You know, I wasn't even on my way to the bathroom. Anyways, again, we're being trying to be more less angry about
material.
This. Because people are like, oh, why can't you get over it? Well, because
I'm trying
to
Music
address the
holds
idea
the
that I'm trying to get to the point of women and interneting, and specifically the idea of maybe why women don't have open panels. Yeti, don't look at this. Don't look at this. I was doing something. Yeti Life, the 100th subscriber to this channel.
The 100th monkey, Yeti Life. Congratulations.
Anyways, back to Mr. Peabody. Okay, so he hopped up on my channel.
Show him what
he suggested
wins.
This thing to me. I lost it, right? Down hops a friend who figures it's not his business, and a woman I've only ever done one build with, who I know doesn't know Mr. Peabody, I invited her over, suddenly starts to debate whether Mr. Peabody offended me or not. You know what? I backstaged her. I tried to tell her, no, right, I don't know. I'm not saying women got to side with women, but I got to tell you, women on the internet, you're on my panel, and you're sitting there saying that you want to debate my feelings of offense about some dude you don't even know, hopping up on my channel and suggesting that. Bye-bye. But we're getting to the point here, because the very next day I saw that gentleman hop up on another stream and that he was guided into a very intellectual discussion. Okay, an intellectual guide. How do I put it? A very experienced host was able to guide this gentleman in front of the audience into showing us who he is, who is a troll, who spews nothing. And so I had this gentleman has my phone number. And today he sent me a message, actually. He sent me a message. Oh, man. Because I had sent him a message saying, oh, hey there, dude. Actually, here, I'm just going to pull it up. Because I think it's relevant to why maybe some people think that women can't internet, or maybe even why, because I'll tell you the amount of advice that came flooding into me from quote unquote concerned other gentlemen about my behavior. And then also some other situations that happened that led to some more concerned friends telling me about my behavior, was thinking, you know what? I freaking love the men of YouTube, okay? But, I really feel like this channel really needs to be a place where people understand that it's rare for a woman to have a panel, and that I love all the audience here, but maybe I need to cater to an audience of people who are being, how can I put it? I'm not gonna say marginalized, just like where we can't properly represent ourselves, right? Where we're actually in a situation where we're reading comic song. So I could play that. I think I will. I don't need to apologize at all. Do we have a mic check? Is Ken fully here? Sometimes his connection can be bad. Hello? We'll check back in a minute. With Ken and Dummy.
Check.
Yeah, I was going to say about the, you just finished on the, we're going to play the game better than them. I think that's the trick here. Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you hear me
can you guys
now?
Hear me? Yeah. Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me now?
I hear everybody.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's just Ken that's not coming in. Okay, I was just going to say that
together,
I think this is one of the tricks of the ruling class, though. I think they've never, like, as long as we've been benighted, so have they been, right? So when we became unenlightened, so did they. Whereas I think at one point the ruling class I wouldn't call them the ruling class, the elders in a society would have held great position, right? We would have actually allowed them, especially if we knew people could live a long time, or we could go back to it's irrelevant. I'm saying in a peaceful society, elders that aren't in some physical, mental decline we would have great reverence for them and their experience. And so, especially if there was some enlightened aspect to our lives, which I always believed that's what ascending was, like, and when I learned what the word benighted meant, which was to become unenlightened.
Like, they're not even just fucking with me on the internet. They're fucking with me in my real life. Like, on some real shit. I'm not going to put that out there, but they are fucking with me personally. Mm-hmm. Real shit. By trying to take care of my finances, by trying to hurt my wallet.
SMH.
Because that will be a way to defeat me. If you take away my money,
$90.
You can actually really hurt me.
Amazon.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to interrupt just for a second. Yeah, are you there, Ken?
Mic check.
Yep, we can hear you. Welcome.
Hi, good to see everybody.
Welcome to another month
nice
of
to see you.
Benton screen caps.
How are things over there in Winterpeg?
I'm going to sleep at 6 p.m. I'm waking up at midnight, and I'm screen capping.
Yeah, I was just wanting to say that the big players on the stage now
we're not seeing them, right? The ones that are that their whole science is shored up by false. Their whole paradigm is shored up by false.
Was this
science,
like Truth or 101 here?
sciences. And they're not talking now because, yeah, it reveals them, and everybody's onto it. So they're not talking right now. They're just going ahead with the agendas.
Yeah, yes, the agendas.
With all the distraction on the side.
Distraction.
Like the
Agendas with a side of distractions.
investigations into the president.
Gender, that is shallow. You know why it's shallow?
Oh, I see. When you're reducing it to one of those aspects of someone, political affiliation, religion, anything that you just tell the story of a person based on one aspect of them. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not
Yeah,
mocking.
shallow is like skin deep. It's like I've
Mhm.
encountered good dark-skinned people, and I've encountered bad. I've encountered good
finding them funny.
light-skinned people, and I encountered bad light-skinned people. Like on some real.
Exactly. That's why that's what brought me back to, we all have our own things going on. So if we accept that and get over, I'll go right back to what you said before, or what whoever was on before.
About his extreme diet, right? And I'm a good interviewer. I asked all the questions. People would have, and no one's ever shown so much interest in his diet. He's 7 years into this like raw carnivore diet, right? So by the end, he's drinking. I don't realize, and by the end, he's being very, very forward, right? Like to me, and I just uncomfortably I should have backstaged him, not realizing he was drinking, right? So again, there's no shame in that, right? Like that's just learning how to connect to lonely people to lonely people
claims
online.
to be.
Anyway.
What's wrong with hold on. What's wrong with him drinking?
Well, it was the way it was what he started talking about once he got drunk, right? What he was pushing on me in a personal sense. Like he was personally talking about his endowment and he couldn't stop talking about it, right? And so I tried to redirect the first time, because of course, like people are people, right? Like, and again, so no shame in that. It was the next day, it was the next day, the sort of like, hey, sorry if I embarrassed you, sorry if about the whatever. It's just this, and I get that I've torn the stream down. You can't go look, you'll be glad that I tore it down, right? Because I should learn to direct those things better.
Shout out to
so he
Dark
can't really
Chameleon.
remember to give me an appropriate
It's my
apology.
first time encountering Dark Chameleon in the YouTube streets. Which one is that?
This is what I think.
Oh, I see.
You want to apologize for, rather than just like, sorry, I got drunk. It's like, oh, hey, sorry, I couldn't stop talking about my endowment to you, right? Like, it was probably a little bit inappropriate. But then on that note, I learned I have the kick him out button. You know what I mean? Like, save his ass, save mine, right? So, like again, it wasn't like he was like trying to be like, he was just expressing, interest in a way that we were private in a bar, right? So, again, no shame in that, just surprised that it happened online. And good advice to him might be to make sure, like at the second drink, if that's where he goes with a woman, he might, other women might leave it up. Again, it doesn't matter. Maybe he wants it up there. That's fine, right? There's nothing wrong with the prowess of a man. Okay. It was just like, it's about me learning how to direct conversations, right? So, and to pay attention to the needs of my audience and the needs of the person on the panel, right? Because you're right, Dark. My dad drinks scotch every night, and my dad on scotch is on fire. Okay, like he's fucking on fire smart. Now give my dad 2 glasses of wine. Oh my gosh, he's telling dirty jokes to children, right? Like right? Like no. So it's just like, and that guy's a stranger, right? So,
why is this bar here?
It's we're just talking about the differences. So you're right, Jim, you could definitely open yourself up to different kinds of people depending on the way you stream and tell the world your life. I'm sure I would not be surprised if over time
really?
There's people that show up with not
I have no idea
just
who,
my experience on YouTube, right? With this community that I've been privileged to know, however we came to know each other. I have never seen any of that. I have never seen anyone be creepy. Like
it was your first experience. That's okay.
Well, yeah, and I think that's why
I can be creepy if you want me to be creepy. Like I have the capabilities. Where you been? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, like we all have the abilities to be different level with different energies according to the way we're built. It's the world that we're designed, that we're living in.
Well, you must be here for a reason, Christos.
When your ass graduated from high school, like I don't know about y'all, but that's really how I feel to me. Like life just kind of advanced really quick, and then you have to make some executive decisions. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like I lived a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Like I traveled the landmass a little like some, and I like to travel. I like to do that. That's fun for me. I enjoy it. I've been to Florida. I've been to Miami. I've been to Toronto. I've been to Ontario, North Dakota, South Dakota. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I love Chicago. That's one of my favorite places to be. And I live in
interesting. End of video. Something went wrong. Somewhere. We got Z from this morning. I have seen none of
came in
this.
somewhere near the beginning of the show. So yeah, just for people who weren't here earlier, I was on Roast 777s on Saturday night, and Mr. Dave Weiss came on. And we're going to play it now. We're going to play it for you guys.
Oh, fantastic.
And I might drop in with some comments and stuff. We'll see. See how it goes. And Nathan Oakley also showed up, by the way. Not the real Nathan Oakley. It was me as Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, if that's me, Carl, my
I couldn't
apologies.
just do a
This
straight
is,
interview with Dave. I had to obviously make it stupid.
I
and
could
uncomfortable
certainly
and awkward.
be
I tend to do
better
that.
organized, to be
Sometimes
sure.
you just have to dive right into the cringe. You have to like wade your way through like the swamp of cringiness to come out the other side. You just have to do it sometime. You know?
Gas them up, Christos.
So Nathan Oakley showed up. Because we know Dave and Nathan kind of are having like a little bit of beef right now. I've conjectured that Mr. Nathan Oakley is just jealous of Dave.
I don't know who any of
a
these people
timeshare,
are. I know Rose
you know,
777.
in the Iron Republic, beyond the ice wall. Now, Dave
'Cause
confirmed
of
to me that
I've heard
you
Crow.
know, although he's been to the Iron
talk
Republic,
about
it's not
Rose.
a timeshare that he owns, but a duplex that he rents out, which would make sense to me. Because Dave, smart enough to realize that if you're going to invest in property, a timeshare is not probably the best idea. But either way, Dave kind of hangs out there beyond the ice wall. We get into that, though. We get into the Dave's trips beyond the ice wall and all other things. Rose says everyone's jealous of Dave. Maybe that's what it is. They're jealous of him.
But yeah, members only. I'm thinking
don't know.
about some version
Are
of
we
a
insinuating
members
that Nathan
only.
Oakley's jealous of Dave?
Mondays and Tuesdays.
I guess I did say he's jealous about his timeshare.
Some sort of private
Yeah.
stream,
Nathan's like, "Fuck."
perhaps.
Dave's heading beyond the ice wall. He's hanging out
Say
in the land of
starting
you
around
and
this
the
time,
Anunnaki.
what, 11:30?
Apparently Nathan Oakley's like
11:30
stuck in a room
Central U.S.
with Erwin.
Mondays and Tuesdays. What do y'all
Arwen,
think?
whatever that guy's name is.
Grandfather in the
All right, let's get
hardcore
into it.
fans. Make the Johnny Come Latelys pay a membership. Well, don't make them. That's obviously not
Recently,
possible.
David must have watched the episode that we did recently. Oh,
I'm not that
your
curious.
lighting is awful. David, how dare
Christoph.
you join my stream with terrible lighting?
I'm not,
Oh, man,
not
I
that
don't like
Christ.
that.
I'm not that curious.
Is that better?
I'll allow it, I guess, because it's you. David, welcome to the show. You had a busy day recently with your 3
Some of these
high
shows
schools.
are better
One high
at
school, one teacher.
1.5.
I've been on. I did it before, but we didn't record it last time. And it was he has this class on critical thinking.
Oh, okay, great. So
How many in the house, by the way?
So this is
So right now I'm wondering how many of my detractors are screen sharing this image right here.
The Scagnetti on Scagnetti, by the way.
Because now it's going to be, look, we always said Z was Jewish.
Man, I
We
missed
always
my
said that
chance
he's
today.
secretly Mossad.
I could have gone Scagnetti on
He's here to
Scagnetti
infiltrate
thumbnail
the
from
Flat Earth community. And look who I'm on here.
Natural
No,
Born
no offense,
Killers.
Rose, but like I'm on screen with like the 2 Jewiest Jews to have ever
Missed
Jewed.
my chance.
Like, this is
Easy.
like the Jewiest moment I've ever
Easy,
had.
Z.
And like I said, Rose, I lived in Jenkintown, Pennsylvania. So you know, this is to my own peril because my detractors now have all the evidence they need. Z's Jewish, and he's counterintelligence, and here it is. I'm giving my haters all the ammunition they need. All right, let's continue. What am I talking about here?
this is an example of someone who
Easy,
is
Z.
really, you know. Do you think they're going to pick apart? Do you think he was sincere? Is he a flat earther? It was 3 different 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 3 different classes, one after the other.
Yeah, no, this is the second time. He's definitely a flat earther. He wants to. The class was very into it, and they asked the same
Freaking
silly
hungry,
questions.
man.
They're at that age where they just don't care about anything. They just want their social. It, like,
32 in the house.
There was a couple girls
Awesome.
at the end, which I put the clip at the beginning, that were totally like, oh my god, they got it. And he said the whole school was abuzz about this flat earther that's coming, and a couple of the science teachers want to talk to me, so that'll be interesting.
Wonderful, David. Do you know Zetetic Warrior? Because I'm trying to figure out why people think he's a shithead. Have you ever heard something about why he's a shithead?
I don't even know who he is. Who is he?
Hey, Dave. Nice to meet you, Dave.
Oh, you're Synthetic Warrior?
Hey, if anybody
What
wants
did
to
you call me?
send some
I'm
donos,
yeah, Zetetic Warrior. I
Yeah,
am.
he like
I'll
that
spend
guy,
it all
you know,
on
he gives
ribeye
me
steak and
stuff.
eggs. How about that?
Seem okay.
Well,
I
you
feel
seem
like I
okay
could
too,
tear
Dave.
up a
I have a
ribeye
lot of like
steak right
Dave
about
Weiss
now.
bits that I do, but I don't know if I'm going to embarrass Rose by going to all my Dave Weiss comedy. So
Oh, I
might
have
leave
not-
It. I might leave it there.
That's fine. I like comedy.
Well, I like trying to do imitations, but I'm very bad at doing male voices. I always just make them end up sounding slow because I lower my voice. But with you, I could probably do an attempt because you have like a nasally voice, which
Hey,
kind of like mine.
What was I saying? Oh, I was saying I could eat some ribeyes. Oh, I need to get a cast iron skillet, lest we forget. Yeah, chat is real time. The videos in the past compared to the chat. Hey, what's up, Mark Jones? Good to see you. Damsel Medic filling us in on some of the lore. Thank you. Says Dave is a very prominent flat earther who goes on all kinds of normie shows and debates or educates for FE. And he has the biggest app that can connect FE folks. Oh, I've heard of that guy. Yeah, the guy with the app. Yeah, that looks like an interesting app, I must say. Yep, a lot of videos. Yeah, okay, that dude, yeah. Saw him in a documentary. I'm not in any way anti-flat earth. I'm just not... It's never been my jam. Time to bash. Benton, I found, finally figured out what to do about all the demons portraying family members. So simple. Get the F away from their toxicity and stay away. Self-preservation, as it were. Not quite sure what you mean there, corporate fiction. Interesting comment, though. Christos, living his best life, as always. Yeah, powerful chat. That's right. Yeah, I want to try to get more of these screen caps live with the live chat. Although Z's, he leaves them up, so I guess it doesn't matter as much. Oh, intermittent fasting. I don't know, Mark. Excellent question. Discuss amongst yourselves, right? I could actually rig this thing up. I could just have my phone right next to the webcam. And I could get all up in the camera like Z. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to do that. Oh, man. Apologies for the crotch shot. That was not the intention. Thanks, Damsel Medic. Good shows. Damsel Medic says, appreciate you, Benton. Good shows and been enjoying getting to know you a bit. Well, thank you. I certainly enjoy getting to know the live chatters by reading their comments. I've seen several informative comments from Damsel Medic. Stupiders. Stupiders. Stu Peters. What a friggin' joke. Stupiders. Oh yeah, Rose was so loud I had to turn it down. Apologies. Thank you, by the way.
The power now. Enough people have my app where they're sharing it. Like if everyone shared, and listen, it's not all about my app. It's about waking people up. They're hiding all the information. My app bypasses that, gets you the information. Everyone holds their cell phone in their hand all freaking day long. It's the best tool. Okay, whatever tool you want to use it. And everybody make a commitment to yourself that you wake up one person a week, or one person a day, or one person a month, whatever it is. And we're there. I mean, this could tip extremely fast, and we just need.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
When you see somebody having a stupid,
it should be better now.
They don't know anything. What's that show? Tim Pool was just on. Isn't the guys in Florida? The in-person podcast.
Fresh and,
what's it?
Was it like a men's podcast?
Yeah, men's podcast.
It's kind of Z's fault, actually.
Fresh and Fit.
I should have noticed. But Rose is going to be loud as fuck when she comes in.
Right? Yeah. But if they had me on, if they had Jaren on, if they had anybody other than anyone that is not afraid to talk about it and knows the answers, doesn't make flat earthers look like they believe the Earth is a disc floating up in space.
Right.
Then that's going to change everything. So it's this close. We have the power. Everyone's out there. There's so many people that have seen shows. They email me like, Dave, check the show out. Here's the timestamp. They were talking about flat Earth. Here's the email address. I put some messages in the chat that they should have you on. Message them, and then I get on these shows. Okay, not just me. If you have someone else that you like better than me, get them on. But if we do that, we're days away, weeks away, months away. Who knows?
Can I ask you this, Dave? Do you ever fear the consequence of the globe lie, the uncovering of the globe lie? Do you ever fear the consequence, toppling of governments, economies collapsing, et cetera, et cetera?
It depends on how you look at that. I mean, if you got rid of our government, that would cause some mayhem, but that is in general a good thing. It depends on how everyone deals with it, but I'm not in fear of anything. I'm in. The only thing I could be afraid of is not doing anything. Is what would happen to me if I didn't do anything? What would happen to me if I didn't do the best that I can to wake up people? People like Dave Weiss is in it to make good money. I walked away from a lot of money. I walked away from my life goal, having my own business. I walked away from it all, not even knowing if I could barely pay my bills. Okay. Now,
may I jump in and say something really quick?
Go ahead.
I just want to say that there is a criticism out there that it's like you're door knocking with a sales pitch because it's a rapid fire, so many interviews. But I would like to say that from my perspective, I feel that it's not even a sales pitch and that this is your real personality and that you are laser focused on this topic.
Rose, what does every flat earther want to do every day? What do they want to do every day? They
Tell
want to
people
wake up
about flat
other
Earth.
people to flat Earth. They want to wake other people up to flat Earth, right? So my job that I created, because I thought it into existence, is to wake up other people to flat Earth. Somehow, the universe, this realm we live in, the creator, whatever,
the parts about
me in a situation
getting on certain shows and changing the world overnight,
rewards there are for everybody.
That is
when people start
delusional
counting
in
the
my
money.
view.
Oh, look, he's got 115,000 people on the friend finder, times $10 of, bullshit. It's not, you have no idea. I'm paycheck to paycheck like the rest of you. But hey, one day I'll make $1 billion. Okay, you should be happy because when I do that, we're going to have airplanes testing vertical gyros.
I think this was
we're going to have
Rose's show
trips to
from over the
Antarctica.
weekend, Rose 777,
We're going to
and then
have camera
this is
equipment
from
filming,
Z this morning,
sunsets in the south in the summer and the
watching his
winter
own
versus
show,
south in the summer and
Scagnetti
in
on
the north in the summer and
Scagnetti
winter.
style.
We are going to prove the Earth is flat beyond. Well, it's already proven, but we're going to get the information out there. Okay.
That's so exciting. That's a really huge promise. A trip to Antarctica. We're supposed to be like
Indeed,
under promising,
Mr.
over delivering.
Jones.
That's a really big promise.
It's
Well,
not
it isn't
a
under
promise.
promise
It's
because
really not.
eventually we're going beyond the ice wall, Rose, and I want to board that motherfucker. I want to be.
I have to replace the dishwasher in my duplex in Iron Republic.
I love it. Dave, do you at this point have look? I'd imagine, given your popularity and your notoriety on the subject, do you have any heat? Do you feel any
Beyond
heat
the
coming on
ice
you
wall,
from,
Fred.
let's say, three-letter agencies and otherwise?
If
And
you,
how do you handle that?
if you listen to Fortune on Pro, everyone
What's up,
not
Gary?
subscribed to Pro, I think most
Good
people
to
here
see you,
are.
bro.
You're missing out. But if you
Mr.
listen to what
Baxter
he
coming
says,
in hot.
we and I say it all the time on my shows, we create our own reality. And the only true statement I ever heard from any president is FDR. The only thing to fear is fear itself. Because fear is the only thing that'll take you down. When you vibrate on a different
Speaking in
level
cliche
with
now,
creation,
and
it's got your
platitude.
back. Okay, wherever you are, whatever label you want to put on it, that's all your own journey. I'm trying to be very careful with my words here because I want people to figure it out themselves. So as far as fear, I have zero fear. No three-letter agencies, no nothing. I just do my thing, mind my own business. Mind my own business, but I'm out there getting in everyone else's business. But I ignore the petty squabbles as much as I can. Sometimes I have to poke the bear. Occasionally got to poke the bear, And I just do. I enjoy life. And guess what? I get to wake up people. This is super fun. Talking to that class was fun. 45 minutes though. It's like, it's hard to, I was beating up with a fire hose. If you got to that when I
Ain't this great, EBT?
Because,
I think this might be the show now. It's like Mondays and Tuesdays.
So that's it.
Well, that's awesome.
I'll just cover some of these live streams from the weekend.
So that's it. What do you think? What do you think of that exit?
Much love, Dave. Much love.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I got you.
Okay, I'm just making sure. That was so abrupt. I don't even know what to. Oh, okay. I knew
He
it
might
had
have just
to-
clicked. He might have just clicked off.
I did. I clicked the off one. I hit
He's
no.
excited. He's like, I wanted to ask you, Dave, what kind of school let you talk? Is it a private school?
No, it was a public school.
Wow.
School, but it was a senior elective class. And I asked, like, I said, when I told somebody about this, I said, what does this teacher want to get fired? And he goes, well,
He kind of looks like
we really don't have a set
the
curriculum,
dad
and,
on
the county really doesn't know what we
Happy
do here.
Days.
So I got him to agree to let me record it and hide faces and identities in schools. Rose, you watched it. Could you tell anything? Could you tell who anybody was or where it was?
Absolutely not. You cannot
Okay.
tell. It's just like a beautiful logo blurring everything out.
All right, it's good.
I hope he says yes to you sharing it.
Oh, I'm sharing it already. So if anyone's on my Patreon, it's there. Rose has the link. I'm sure it probably leaked out a little bit. I haven't looked at the reviews on it.
David, I cannot believe that you would even joke about me leaking an unlisted link from you.
It's not good there.
Had I known that I could do that, there are so
Right.
many links I would have
I'm hoping
in the past.
the email I emailed to him is a school email address, so I don't know if he checks his email on the weekend. If not, I'm sure he'll check it on Monday, and then I'll release it on Monday.
Cool.
Sorry, Rose, I didn't mean that. I kind of did, but sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Right. I'm not a leaker. You silly goose.
Yeah. So I think that we are in what I always refer to it as the flat Earth soup, and everybody does their own thing, and all these different things together make a great soup because if we all did the same thing, it would be a very tasteless, boring soup, and it wouldn't cover all of the angles. And people are like, what can I do? You can share videos. You can, try to talk to people. You can send them to my website, send them to Jaren's site, send them to whatever you think is good for that person. If they're super Christian, send them to the biblical playlist. And if they're, everyone's like, what's the best way to wake somebody up? It depends on the person. It depends on how much time they have. It depends on what they're interested in, right? I'm short attention span. I guess you can call me ADD, or at least I used to be. That's why I make short videos, and those short videos get people interested. And they watch another, and they watch another, and the next thing you know, they're watching, hours and 5 hours, and then they're like, holy crap! I get emails every single day that keep me going. Right? These emails are like, you woke me up. I saw this. I couldn't believe it. I still get people watching the Professor Dave, and like, he was horrible, and then I just send them the Mind Shock version. And they're like, wow, holy crap! Snap me out of that spell. So everyone, just share, be nice, help others, be charitable. Just do all of those good things that lift your vibration.
Let me ask you something, David. Is it true that the friend finder on the Flat Earth app is
vibration.
being used as like a dating app and it's already become like a little Tinder?
It's not. Don't call it Tinder because people aren't just banging on there. I mean, maybe they are. I don't know. But people are using it to meet other people. There's a dating group. It's got over 100 people in
Flat
it,
Earth
and the
Tinder?
conversations there are very cool. And people are meeting. I know that people have gotten married and have kids already because of the app. So is it a dating app? Sure.
Yeah, shout out to
Is it
THCO.
gonna be, a job finding app? I'm so close. I have testing versions. There's links floating around for the Android and for Apple to test this new version and work out the bugs.
Hey, Thunder
And
Chicken.
it's really cool. It's gonna have like a whole Facebook thing where you can be friends with people, and then and once that's in place, I'm gonna have the games that you can play with each other, and it's just gonna be a whole way to bring people together. Just like Rose.
Yeah, I like the 1.5x. I'm not.
But
I
there's people
can't
that you
I
can
can't
look in
do
your
this
area,
stuff
have these meetups. There's a meetup that was happening just
in real
literally just
time
up in
anymore.
New York, maybe 20 minutes from here, and I
Thank you all
didn't
for
go
listening to
because
me
we
at
had some other
1.0,
plans. But I would have loved to go on and meet some new people.
some of you.
What's the number one thing you want to do every day? You want to meet new flat earthers, and you want to wake up people that have no idea what flat earth is. Okay, the app.
No,
helps you do
0 for 2.
all of those things. So I don't know, man.
Okay, so David, let me
It's
ask
good.
you.
Right.
If Z and I want to do something with Karen, I wish Karen would join in. I feel like there's more power if we all work together. So we were thinking of doing an extravaganza in a couple of months so people have time to prepare, where they just have time. It's going to be very professional, very good. My lighting will be great. I'll make it however you want me to make it, just so that I could convince you to promote this on your app. Because then we could get a large gene pool, and so it'll be brought to you by the Flat Earth app. Actually, if we could get a lot of people there, then what we're going to do is we're just going to bring people on and interview them about what they're looking for, who they're looking for, what they're about, why people would want to be with them, their deal breakers.
So one of the things
Indeed,
after
Crumley.
the new profile section goes out there and everybody gets on there, we're going to make it searchable so you can put in keywords like Justin Harvey could put in Florida, real estate broker, whatever, and then you can search like, hey, I want to move to Florida. And you can search Florida real estate broker, and it'll pull up all of the real estate brokers in Florida, okay, that are flat earthers, right? Because we only want to work with other awake and aware people. So it's going to have that. And then the other thing it's going to do, what I'm going to have, is I'll be able to do, how you get the pop-up messages, like we had the Flattoberfest popped up the other day saying the ticket prices are going up September 1st, right? That doesn't make sense for anybody in Russia or
Is this
or
they're having
farther
a
places, but
Flat Earth
we're going to have it
convention?
where
Is
it
that
can
what this is?
do regional. So like if you're doing like a dating thing, we can set it up by regions, like a show for.
You can, and a lot of people will criticize you, and it must be difficult to have criticism. And when you're sitting here, I just see so much passion.
It's like, who
Right.
Who doesn't
Let me say that-
love flat Earth?
Right. Let me say this to Dave. Dave was critical and integral in my whole flat Earth awakening. He was one of the people out there pumping videos that really helped me
Mic
get over
check.
that hump. I was a big Owen Benjamin guy at the time, Rose. So when Dave would go on Owen Benjamin's and Owen was going through his whole flat Earth thing, I was kind of along for the ride. Like I heard it in 2015 when it first came out, and I was like, oh, but I had stuff going on. I was like, could that be can we really see too far? What the fuck is that about? And it took me about 2 years before it finally clicked in. And I was one of those people that had a quintessential flat Earth awakening. So somebody said something, and it all hit me at once, and then my whole paradigm fell. And then once I picked myself out of the fetal position off the ground and got some coherence back, now here we are. So I just want to thank Dave for that. So Dave, I'm one of the people that you're kind of helping to wake up, man. So kudos to that, dude.
I just wish everybody would stop the squabbling and just do the best that they can, the best way that they want to do it, and just go for it. I mean, we're there. We're already there. Look at the blue dots on the map. It's insane. It's insane. And every one of those wants to wake up other people, right?
Right.
What could be better than that?
Well, that's the thing. Once you become a flat earther, you can't shut the fuck up about it, And there goes your friends, your family, but who cares? You have this whole community for what it's worth.
The highest purpose of life is to seek ultimate intellect and share it with everyone. That's what our drive, that's what we all really want to do. That's the purpose of life.
Man.
Okay? And when we discover the heliocentric lie, which is literally the matrix prison for your mind, we're like so thrilled down to our soul that we want to share it with other people.
Right.
And
right.
I don't, then all these anti-flat earthers, and then all of the ones that are just causing trouble, like Nathan Oakley and stuff. I truly wonder if they're demonically possessed. I mean, if they have, there is spiritual possession that doesn't want, that doesn't want, the truth of creation to come out.
Rose, did Dave Weiss just say Nathan Oakley's demonically possessed? Did that just happen?
I said it. I wonder. Like, I can't imagine him being that horrible of a person by himself.
I don't know. Here, I mean, Rose, how do I resist going into my Nathan Oakley impression right now? How do I resist doing that? Dave, do you need to work out here? Should we do like an Dave, in my former life, in my former profession, I was involved in conflict resolution, Dave. Sometimes it helps to talk these things out. So maybe we should role play here, Dave, because we have to get through this, because Nathan Oakley
make a video about flat Earth while I swim, and then I'm going to go out on my boat and enjoy this.
Well, I guess maybe they said no to the role playing. I don't know.
Shitting on other flat Earthers.
Not exactly sure.
David, how dare you? That is unscientific of you.
Oh,
I knew it because I told the world. He blinded me with shekels, of course. That's what they do, everybody.
All right. Listen. You're sucking me into drama. I'm not interested. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Right after you already. This is going to be on his show, by the way.
Whatever. Listen, he watches all my shows. I don't care.
Why do people do that? Why do people do shows about watching other people's shows?
Okay?
Hey, if Nathan is watching, Nathan, we've never gotten to have a discussion, and my friend Dylan Siko's show is a fan, and he sent me a bunch of videos, and I want to understand what everyone's talking about, so you should contact me directly, and we'll figure this out.
Yeah, Nathan, come on, Nathan.
Use your YouTube account and go onto this blockchain. I want to hook you up with this guy. You got to talk to him, so message me on Twitter. And I came up with the idea, and I ran it by you. You said cool idea. Jaren said cool idea. Cammy said cool idea. Zach said amazing how it broke the camel's back, but it was just an idea. She didn't do it. And
but she wants to make it flat Earth centric, and so I understand. And so maybe there could be a separate conference for the other topics.
That's what she said. Listen, that's fine, and her decision is her decision. It's fine. I was like, and unfortunately, or maybe it was a good idea.
Conference, I would make it like a Renaissance fair of everything, and I would say, look, it's not my responsibility if anyone makes a mistake and Mom just joined. I thank you so much, Mom.
Private.
Oh, that's right. Rose
it's still up on her
Seven's mom came on.
Her what is it? Her Rockfin channel.
Apparently.
Metaphysician says, "How is Rose's mom less Jewy sounding than Rose?" Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, Chrissy Lee, her mom agree that her mom supports her necessarily. I don't know, Rose. I don't want to speak for you, but to say that Rose, I mean, after kind of listening to Rose's
Z
mom,
on commentary,
Scagnetti
on
her,
Scagnetti,
might not be the most accurate representation. It almost seems like she's embarrassed, she's like, oh yeah, Rose isn't that truth or stuff. It kind of seems like there's some issues there. Just saying. Yeah. Rose says that she thinks her mom wishes she was more mainstream. Yeah. Of course. What would be less embarrassing for her, Rose? Like I said in your show, then she wouldn't have to tell her jappy friends about her, her daughter who thinks that the last 3 years was a planned vaccine thing. You basically said your mom was vaccine. It's like Nathan Oakley obviously doesn't agree with the date. To me, guys, it's about discernment. You got to use your discernment with people. You're not going to be able to know every little thing, but I think we have instincts. I think we have judgment.
Am I getting paid?
The word again would be discernment. We have logic and reasoning and intuition, really. What does your heart tell you about people? Because maybe people like Schlominger, I mean, much love, but how in touch are you with yourself? I'm going to come up, Schlominger, because, although you're an avid commenter and I do enjoy many of your comments,
Yeah, Satanic Warrior from this morning. And some of that was replays. Was him watching his own performance on Rose 777 over the weekend. I believe that stream is still up as far as I know. Yes, the Flat Earth Convention infomercial indeed. Music holds a secret. Um, too many screens, man. This is ridiculous, this setup. Let me see what I can do here. Oh yeah. Show the setup. Get your hand out of the way, partner. And Paul wanted to know why I couldn't just have just a laptop, because more shit is cool, partner. That's why. Oh, and in case that's not enough, we got the streamer laptop right here. So what I was saying earlier is I can actually rig up on the top of this. I can connect the phone, so I'll be able to read the comments and highlight. I think, yeah. It's kind of mount. Pretty cool. He's quite pleased with himself, as you can see. Wait a minute. How do I stop my cam? Oh, there it is. Too much, too much. Oh, man. Yeah, there you go, Crumley. Yeah, exactly. Back to something important. Man, I can just almost get this in the right place here. She may be shaped like a womb, Mother Nature gave birth to a nation. Oh, I thought that was okay. Never mind. Bye, Neil. Yep. God, I'm so old, man. It's barely afternoon. I'm starting to think about when can I get out of here? That's what I'm starting to think now. It's like, hey, man, at what point is it worth it to have come set all this up? And I don't know. This connection's pretty nice, though. I can try to wait around until Paul goes live, but we'll see. How's my mic? They say, man, we're tired of your mic checks. We don't. What is this? A whole live stream of mic checks? The whole, just imagine in 6 months when he thinks he's can make a living as a live streamer. It's nothing but mic checks, station breaks, e-bagging, grifting. I am looking forward to that IRL content, especially after talking to that fellow this morning. I think he was intoxicated, though. He did email me. However, I emailed him, and he is not. Perhaps he passed out. I don't know. Mian. Moon, unusual name for a fella, obviously. Mike is fuzzy. Yeah. I think I'm in the process of destroying it like I destroyed the previous mic. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the issue. So it's probably on its way out. So yeah, feel free to send Amazon gift codes to my email. And if one does not want to do that online, what we've noticed is oftentimes when somebody attempts to buy an Amazon gift card through the website just using their debit card or credit card, probably debit card actually, credit card, they probably just let it go through because then it can be disputed later. But there's so much fraud with the Amazon gift card system that much of the time Amazon just does not let it go through. And I even tried to call one time because I was trying to load money on my own account. And they more or less told me without telling me that it just sometimes that it just won't go through and there's nothing anybody can do. So I went to Walgreens today. CVS also, pretty sure all the locations have Amazon gift cards. If one is so inclined, I know it's kind of a pain in the butt, but the Walmart to Walmart is hitting as well. And again, this is just if someone feels inclined. This is not necessary, or I'm certainly more than happy to keep doing what I'm doing here, and I certainly appreciate each and every one of you that tunes in, especially those who are returning to the broadcast on a regular basis. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, the IRL content, I'm thinking that's going to be, so I'm looking forward to potentially, I've got a whole month, but I need to not think about it that way. It's time to get off my butt, get this car ship shape where I can confidently go wherever I need to go. I'm thinking maybe Oklahoma City. I'm not that far from Oklahoma City. It might be a good place to cruise downtown OKC and get into some mischief, some IRL mischief. I like the early AM stuff too. Catch them early in the day. Who needs a job? What? I'm out of the loop. I'm getting a job here. Yeah. Yeah, Dow, I've been hearing it on some of the playbacks, and yeah, it's on its way out. I've been procrastinating on getting a new mic. That's right, Sophia. We are not playing your fear games, beast system. All right, we're dropping a link. I think. Let's put this over there. There's got to be somebody chomping at the bit. I think my plan, if I make it onto Paul's broadcast, if I can manage to hang out here long enough, I want to address this issue that there's certain folks who want to come up on the panel here and just slander Paul or talk shit on Paul. I was like, Snafu was doing it. I've noticed a few other people here and there. Of course, Tommy most famously, right? So I want to put that out. Where is that echo coming from? I swear it's the phone. Echo? Yeah. Something about the phone. I can mute it. I can turn it all the way down. It still bleeds through if I'm logged into StreamYard. Sophia is enjoying this time that there are so many people to connect with, even if we don't agree 100% on each and everything. Oh man, I can't even. Not sure I can even read that last part. I mean, I could. Mic check. Yeah, the gain is, it just keeps creeping up, I've noticed. Yeah, rest in peace, ceremonic shotgun microphone. The last ritual of the double cross, perhaps. Mic check. All right. Oh God. Crazy dreams from Mr. Baxter lately. What's up with that, Baxter? To what do you credit that? Do we even want to go and try to watch the Becks, more of the Becks? Something happened and it stopped playing the file. Let's see. Let's see here. Will it or won't it? Hey.
Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? Did I leave that second song on too long? We've all been lied to. So as long as we're here, like as long as we're all here on this planet and we know this kind of rearranging has been done, then anything like everyone, you know, everyone has their right to be no matter where they are, regardless of how recently they were transported somewhere. That would be the case, I would think. That would be how we'd have to start at base one, right? Base zero would be like, all right, we're all where we are. Okay, let's start from here, you know, because the mass, you know, yeah, starting from any other square is just unnecessary costs. Thoughts,
we all have our own, wait, Dark, hold on. Exactly, Bex. Let me just say, because we all have our own path in life. You know, some of us have kids, some don't. Some have jobs, some don't.
24 in the house.
Some aren't. Like you said before with the money thing, Dark Chameleon. If some people are threatened with not having money, a lot of people are going to be like, no, I want my money, and they're going to do what they need to. So how I feel is we accept a position everyone's already in. Now that we're in that, okay, because let's face it, we all weren't handed the same cards. None of us were, okay. And when they went,
Gary Baxter, possible paranoia, but Gary suggests avoiding IRL mass gatherings until after spring of 34.
Now what do you do?
I like 34, but it works better.
For one thing, one thing I
34
try to
is
do.
way
I'm gonna tell you
funnier,
this. I'm gonna tell you one thing I try to do. I try to tell people not to be so shallow, and I think that's a really big problem.
Okay.
When people are shallow, and that works. That's what you say. Is it really? Which way is right? Guess what?
Came onto my stream and said something super, you know, and I was like, oh gosh, I can see this psychology of what's happening here. And I know people be like, oh, Becky, you know, some people be like, Becky, you're just high on yourself, right? It's like, no, I actually,
okay. Thanks, Sophia.
you know,
Bex, I will say one thing. As a woman, I've already been through a scenario. Oh, I've been through a couple scenarios, things like that, and I don't put up with that. That's something I do. That's something that. No, that's just, you know, that's
this lady seems
that's
familiar.
I don't even look back, you know. That's something that no woman should go
She
through.
used to be on Paul's.
Yeah, it's, you know,
Back in the day, agents.
Yeah, the history of women, period.
Indeed, Pale Horse Rider.
And that's I appreciate that, you know, and I even appreciate Dark's agastedness, like I could hear, you know, in his breath, and your support, you know.
Hey, I apologize. I just burped. You know what I'm saying? That shit was crazy.
Yeah, and I know.
I couldn't help it.
Hey, 44.
Like, I try not to look at people and try to judge people.
Remember, this is 1.5.
You know,
it actually
how
kind of sounds like the normal speed it should be.
Judging people. And that's just a part of your reality. Like, I'm built like that. Like,
how do people speak so slowly?
Looking at people, like, and watching my movements and watching my surroundings and understanding where I'm at in the world and doing it on all levels. Like people don't really respect it.
Sophia, is Sophia a bot at this point? What is this?
Because everybody don't see that.
Somebody said they thought it was Quantum Epic.
They think they know, but they really don't know until they get
I just treat all the live chat like they're real people, and you know maybe some of them are not. I don't know.
Like, that
Numbers are rising indeed, Mr. Jones.
Talking about your family and how you live, how you move.
That's deep, man.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but Dr. Manny, when you come on the internet, this is one thing I had to accept for myself.
Anyone says, I don't care what anyone says, that is all just a gigantic psyop. So all the other nations of the world look at the American people and think you can't even protect your children, and that you're so fucked up you'll keep sending your children to schools where they'll get killed, right? So of animals, of the existence around them, and the sort of photosynthesis, photogenesis capability of this earth. I'm putting those words there, but I'm sure he's used them. And he was talking about the war on terror, like the war on terra. Right, like if we were speaking with an accent where we didn't pronounce like wata, like terra, you know, terror, like that is the war on the earth. That's the war on the mother, right?
Yep.
So attack on creation itself.
What creates? We create. Oh, we create.
Well, in what country, what place was painted out to
I
be
recreate.
the best place in the world to live? right? Like, so,
Sometimes.
you know, who really represents the mother right now?
What's happening,
right?
RT?
In my
I've
opinion, at
seen
least in
you
the
on
Western world, I would say America,
Mr. Unslaved
right?
briefly
And how
yesterday
little
afternoon.
respect we have for her.
My connection,
Right.
man. I'm always wrestling this
I don't mean-
connection.
I just mean
Unless
general
I'm at
idea
the
of mother. And again, to
library,
pull it back to Dark,
the
right, like, what
library,
he says, like, I'm not trying to say we have to have more
which
reverence
is
for
where I'm
women
at
than
right
men,
now.
because without man, the woman can't create. She can't be all that she can be, you know? So any attack on either gender.
Yep. Dark,
um,
scary
is
man,
definitely-
Sophia.
Yeah, it's definitely
like
attack on one's own gender. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely keeping the people just separated, and for men and women actually really to be divided by that
Indeed,
part
Salty Sound.
is really disrespectful to the creation. And at the end of the day, like, you gotta have a moral code, like, on some real shit.
Do
like,
I?
Fuck the bullshit. Fuck all the bullshit.
So that's Ted
if
Bundy.
I'm not gonna respect you, I'm
Jeffrey
disrespecting
Dahmer.
myself. Because woman and man
Manson.
is equal. Like, don't stop.
Richard Ramirez.
And that's where to draw that parallel. Yeah, if we
See
can
what
see
they
that they
say.
could divide the a procreative dependent unit into being at war with each other, right? The two things that are meant to come together, right? The whole reason that they could
Happy
divide us on
Mood
race
Day,
is
that's
because
right.
they could divide us on that line.
Man,
you
I'm
see what
hungry.
saying? Like, it's all a shallow divide, right? One looks more
Trying
easily
to not go to
separable
the
than the other,
store
you know, but look at how we can
for a couple of more days.
It's all connected.
It
I just want to say that.
totally.
I'm-
And that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying.
I want
that's why I'm saying
eggs
they
and
can get us divided
watermelon,
on
but not
on
at the
any
same
line if
time.
They can get us to divide on a procreative line, right? Like,
I think
that's
I've got
easy,
enough
easy
eggs I could
peasy.
eat.
If you can get men and
I
women
think
on
I
the
could have
opposite
some
sides of
eggs.
war with each other, you can divide the people on anything, because our race depends on men and women uniting. Even homosexual people depend on women and men uniting.
Yeah,
Now, I get that that's changing. That's
but
changing science, right? And the advances of that, and people could be frustrated about that. People could say it's
You
right
know
or wrong.
what?
The
I've
fact
had
is
good
here,
success
and
with
those
that,
babies are here,
RT.
and
Actually, I did a lot of live streams through my phone, driving a truck on Verizon prepaid.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But that doesn't matter anymore.
That's a fun fact that you could laugh at as a heterosexual person. Like, yeah, y'all talking shit, but
Oh, really?
look at that.
Sophia says when she first came to YouTube, she was pretty messed up. Well, glad you've pulled yourself up out of that.
I'm sorry. Do I got an echo?
It's my voice echoing.
Yeah, the
not
problem I've been
everybody's.
having, RT, is the Wi-Fi at the motel gets crowded,
But
and then the network congestion on my mobile.
when you box yourself in,
It's every carrier I've ever. The only one I have never tried here is T-Mobile, but
information and a lot of things I think about. I'm like, when you speak out against certain things,
actually my dad had a T-Mobile hotspot. It worked. I don't know. Maybe T-Mobile's the only one that works here. I don't know.
and it really hurts you, you box yourself.
Yeah, I've had pretty good luck with. In fact, I'm on StreamYard on the
you
phone right
are
now. Actually,
an independent woman, right?
that's how I'm highlighting the
Box yourself
comments
in.
while
You're
remaining
saying
in
something to the
full
man
screen mode here.
that I don't need you. I'm an independent woman.
And I much prefer
Bye.
at the motel,
That's
even
how
when
that
I'm
works.
able to
You
live
don't have
stream
to
from
have
the
that
motel,
kind
I'm not able to
energy.
use
You
OBS.
gotta pack that punch.
Oh, I'm not. If you're concerned
As
about me
you
packing
see,
that
I'm-
punch, I mean,
I'm
when
on the
telling some
OBS,
Mr. Peabody, right, and processing
which I
from
do
Mr. Peabody,
prefer.
I might define some hard angles around myself while I'm talking
So
about
I can
that.
play
but,
music.
especially on the internet. Like, this isn't Tinder to me, right?
Oh, it just stopped. That's what happened. Yeah, something must have happened with the file, because I know we were nowhere near the end of this thing. Yeah, see, now it just won't rewind. So yeah, the program I'm using for screen capture is obviously not foolproof, but it got enough. It got enough for us to get the. Well, I have less than I have less to do than I did, but I certainly still have a lot to do there, Mr. Jones, if you mean internal work, or what some may refer to as that shadow work. I'd like to think I've done most of my shadow work. But yeah, I'm going to show, not that any of you folks need to see this, but we'll show it to you anyway, because why not? And I certainly intend to promote other broadcasts to a much greater degree than I've been doing. So this is Mr. at Pimp Unslaved. And I don't know about you folks, but I'm getting to where more and more I'm using the at and the channel name to type into the search bar of YouTube. So at Pimp Unslaved in the YouTube search bar will bring one to proper instruction motivates people. 2K subs creeping on to come up, and we'll most likely be live sometime this afternoon. Can Benton hold out? Can Can I make it that long? And probably going to wrap this one fairly soon. How long have we been live? Oh, I know where to look. 1 hour and 20. Yeah, I think we'll wrap up by 1:30. Yeah, 1:30. We're going to wrap it. So let's go ahead and make that banner. Create banner. Broadcast. Good to see EBT in the building today, by the way. Broadcast will wrap by 1:30. Should I do start doing military time? Really confuse the slaves. Banner time. 13:30. I like it. That'll be a solid 2 hours. Let's see if there's some other streams that we could pop in on. Maybe Mr. Unslaved from yesterday.
About me, so I corrected the record.
Fuck Cam. Now what?
Yeah, you're not bothering me. I'm just correcting the record with your delusional.
Are you in a relationship with a woman right now on any level? New rule, Bill Maher style. If you're not in a relationship and you can't get a woman to come up here with a positive report, we don't give a fuck what you think about me because I'm on woman number 3. Whether I'm fucking them or not, we'll come up here and say I've changed their fucking life and their world and perspective without this either. So I'm not interested. No one else here is interested in what Ken before the storm thinks unless he's in a successful relationship with at least one woman, if not more, and can get at least one or more women to come up and give a positive testimony and report about all his legend in his own mind.
Damn, I missed this part. Shout out to new subscriber Melanie Moran. Welcome.
I'm not interested in holding
Hope I said your name right.
to my standards. I'm me. I have my standards. I'm entitled to it. I will speak them and hold myself to it. If no one else here agrees and does it, it means nothing about me. Because this isn't a company or a business here. This isn't a family or relationship here. It's an open motherfucking panel where people come to assemble. You get me?
So if a young child watching you, you're the example of a man right now?
I don't give a fuck what you think about what a young child thinks. You don't have the platform or the personality or the background to move anybody. You're mad because they would listen to me. Whether I have it or not, they're not going to listen to you. So get over it.
We went over this. I have a bigger platform.
I'm not interested if you have a bigger platform.
You're welcome, Mr. Jones. He's thanking me for my time and sharing. Indeed. Thanks for being here.
You verify that by being my face every time I turn a camera on. I don't go to your platform and I don't care about you.
Yeah, I'm going to promote Jackie's channel here in a moment.
Your mic is all fucked up. I'm not interested in babysitting you. You big broken child online.
You big broken child.
Platform and channel. Influence the women and children and save the day. Stay the fuck out of my face. Can you get that done?
Keep my name out of your mouth then.
I'll say whatever the fuck I want. You won't do anything about it. And if you
You're
keep
a bitch
coming here
ass
and bothering me, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. You'll do nothing about it. If you keep coming here and bothering me, I just block your bitch ass and then you can't follow, wait, and hate and get your dopamine fix.
I don't care. Everyone sees what a coward you are. That's all I'm showing.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye, coward.
Again with you today. Come get it done. Make me feel it or stop yapping online. You're indicting yourself, pussy boy.
I'll indict myself. Give me your address.
Yourself again. Would someone please stop him from coming online, bullying me, harassing me, and making threats to me? I just want to do a broadcast. I don't care about him. He's stalking me. He keeps emailing me and messaging me, begging me to meet him. I don't care about him and has nothing left to lose. Loser lifestyle. He's done 10 years in prison and still hasn't learned his lesson for violence. I don't care.
More I've never.
Get out of my life, loser, vampiric failure who looks like Voldemort creature. Come on the camera so we can see how you again look just like Tommy, who looks just like Voldemort, so you all look the same. Come on camera and show it to us again, demon. Then I'm gonna cash you out, rebuke you for the day, and you can go somewhere else and play your fucking games. Don't need ya.
You're a delusional liar. I've never emailed you. So this is how you lie about people. You make shit up. You're a schizophrenic, delusional liar that thinks you had accomplishments and you've accomplished nothing. Tell me where you are, you pussy.
I'm not giving my specific location on the internet. I'd be a fool to do
You're a coward. I'm in Arizona. I'm in Prescott. You're such a pussy, coward.
If you can't figure out where I am to do the harm to me and stop yapping, you're only indicting yourself online. I'm not making it easy for you to throw your and my life away because you have no purpose here. Get a fucking purpose and meaning. Stay the fuck out of my life and face and out of my inbox, you pathetic online freak.
I've never been in your inbox, you delusional freak. Make more shit up. Like a Luma Tommy. He's messaging me every day.
Why are you here?
Because my name was in your mouth.
I'll say whatever I want. Now what?
So will I.
Okay, so I'm gonna
like a man, not like a man child.
Okay, so you want me right
I'll
now?
ruin your broadcast.
I'm
Go
asking you what
backstage.
you want. I'm
Just
giving you your
get out
right
of here.
away.
Get out of here.
Me right now, in this moment.
No, you put my name in your mouth. You put my name in your mouth, so I came up. You lied about me, so I corrected the record.
Fuck Cam. Now what?
Yeah, you're not bothering me. I'm just correcting the record with your delusional lies. I've never emailed you. I don't really care where you.
If I'm not bothering you, shut the fuck up with your daily threats and emotional complaints. I don't care, and no one else does. RT is over from your group. He's coming over to my area more and more because he sees you're all pathetic, emotional loser failures who can't get my name and dick out of your mouth and chase me around everywhere and won't even let me talk to a man about his life and relationships without making it about you and me. You're pathetic.
Again, more lies. You went up there
I'm not interested in arguing with you. That's my narrative. If you want to rebut it, go make a restream, stop it like I used to, and comment one line at a time on what you think about me and what I'm saying. We're not going to do the argument here today. What don't you get?
It's easier to make you look like a man-child on your own stream.
I don't care.
It's way
what
more
you think and
convenient
feel.
for me.
I don't care.
I can do it real time. All I gotta do is click the link.
I don't care what
then
you
keep
think
my
and
name
feel.
out your mouth and don't fucking talk shit about me.
Fuck Cam.
Then you're gonna get me up here messing with you.
No, I'm not, because I'm gonna block you and ban you from the chat and up here right now. Is that what
I really don't care. Block me. Bye. Block me. Bye.
There you
Block
go.
me,
See
bitch.
you later.
Bye.
We'll see you later. Go
Bye.
cycle in your emotions.
Block me, coward. Block me, coward. You're dropping me. Kick me, coward.
Here it comes. Are you ready to cycle and go back to obscurity and be voiceless?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am. I'll show everyone what you're about, you coward.
There you go. Goodbye. See how easy that was? He's going to make me look like a man-child because I'm done with broken children online, have to get loud with them and tell them I don't give a fuck, come do something to me, or shut the fuck up and get back to the conversation. Your feelings don't matter to me. Don't give a fuck. My feelings didn't matter to the guy. Dude, I'll show it to you again. Chem Before the Storm with your channel that's bigger than mine. I don't care about the numbers. Here's what I care about.
No, I don't, sir. I have rights and you have duties and obligations, sir, and you will uphold your duties and obligations today, sir. Okay, so would you like to tell me what your belief is about what I have to do? Would you like to tell me about what you believe that I have to do? And I'd like you to identify yourself too, please, first.
See? I didn't care about his numbers and income and his influence and his feelings. I didn't even give a fuck about my own feelings in that moment. I might have had some fear in me. Oh, I'm going to walk through the metal detector without getting searched, and I'm going to tell this guy I'm not doing what he says. He's going to answer to me. You all don't live like that. And even if you do, great, good for you. You have your own self-respect, and you secured your rights, freedom, and principles. That's what the fuck I'm here for, ultimately. Psychology and sociology, and good conversation with spiritual faith background. If you're not here for that, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I don't even entertain my own feelings most of the time. It doesn't benefit me or anyone else, really. In certain situations, like the inner child, what I want, don't want, what they're saying to me that, it just is what it is. Can you roll with the punches? You're supposed to be a martial artist. Can you roll with the punches? Or do you have to constantly be in resistance and at war and get emotional, sacrifice your footing for killing blow, being emotional? Like, could you just fucking back off, stop with the assailing? Let's just talk about who and what we are, who we've been, and what we need to be, and let's make a change and be better. Nah, you want to loop in insanity for years. Your same shit, arguing with the same online fake nemesis. It's ridiculous. Where does it go?
My bad on the volume.
Go ahead, RT, please.
Yeah.
Establish some order here and sensibility.
No. Yeah.
I'm still
order.
mastering
I command
the
order
audio
production. I was just going to say my connectivity.
I'll get it figured out.
But like, I was like, any dude that has a solid friend, buddy, and when his significant other, be they the woman friend, or if they are about to be engaged, or if they're even married, if they catch wind that this woman has just joined the crazy train and is demonstrating like the wackiest shit, that friend is going to say,
I don't
look,
really know how to use
you may hate me for this, but I've got to tell you that this woman is totally taking you down the wrong path. And you can hate me, but like, I wouldn't feel good about our friendship if I wasn't honest with you about this. It's so clear, and you do with it what you may. And to me, that was kind of like what was going on. And I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going on with the machine lies and his relationship. I don't know.
I don't know either, and I couldn't get down to it because it becomes that thing, right? And they're so dumb, they think I'm like them, bro. I'm 6 moves ahead on paper with the intelligence. So you think that I don't know when I come in how I'm destined to look with the majority of people, and then have to decide to not care and go past that and either do a bit with it and try to play something up, or actually get down to a real conversation you're gonna hate me for, because I'm gonna have to speak some harsh truths that hurt for all of us about what being a man is and isn't.
And so the challenge with someone like you and these other content creators is like, where's the line between like, look, I can see a pattern here, and I'm kind of like trying to never mind. So far I respect you, and I feel like there's something that needs to be laid out on the table for you to digest, versus like, oh, he's just doing this for content, he's just blah blah blah, and I can kind of see
but I understand that the real shit is the content. So all I got to do is come in and talk truth and put a little energy and passion behind it, play up the ego at times, and it's going to be good content. It writes itself.
I'm clicking on.
We're all dealing with the same dramas in life day to day. I don't need to come over there on his channel when I'm not restreaming for content I ain't never going to use. I'm giving him content because he's already up there complaining, whining, simping, and arguing with his wife. You already gave everybody the content. I'm gonna take it full circle and maybe give you some good game you can leave here with.
Right. No,
Okay,
I
never
totally
mind.
understand that,
figured it
but
out.
it does seem to be, an
Moments
Achilles
of
heel
terror
of
there.
like, that's the thing. And I mean, Kim has a lot of good stuff too, and all those guys and 10 and CBO, like I'm kind of one of those guys. I can see the good in all these dudes. However, there's a point where like just let the cooking occur without jumping your ass in there and trying to be a white knight. No one is asking for that. No one needs that. It's just two men having an exchange of ideas, observations, and been there, done that. Like, bro, you can hate me for this, but you got to hear it, or else I'm not going to feel good about myself.
If you don't practice radical authenticity in your life or on the broadcast, and you get into an event like this, your emotions become you. This is why they keep projecting onto me what they're feeling all the time. I tell them when I get on here, most of the time, I'm like this internally. That allows me to step back from who and what I am and who I'm talking to and see how the audience would see it. I'm in these interactions with these people, and as I'm going deeper, I'm going to them, okay, I got all that. We heard all that. Let's move out of it, because I'm not having the same experience as you, even though it seems like I am. I'm watching from the audience point of view, and it's going nowhere. And there's nothing. Right. You're emotional, caught up in experience. You want to get your way. You want to power struggle. And then I'm forced to make it into something and try to make jokes, and then I got to contract completely and try to go into humble mode and try to use love and care to really get them out of their escalation. Right? I escalate a bit. They completely over-escalate. Then I de-escalate, and they can't control and master their inner space, which proves my point. If you can't control and master your inner space online with a stranger, you definitely can't do it with a woman or child or with the courts. You're in dishonor.
Yeah, I didn't see where it's like
you're cracking up.
You surround your
Archie's sounds like a teenager.
There's some kind of interference. It sounds like
my connection's bad. I'm gonna dial off it. Yeah, have a good rest of the day.
Try to get closer and come back, man. I like talking to you.
All right. Yeah.
Refuse to do this.
All right. So,
what's going on, Rasta?
Yeah, epic replay. That's right.
Greetings, brother. Greetings, everybody out there.
Indeed. I guess I'm going to be the replay channel. Maybe at least early in the week, Monday through Wednesday. Could be.
It's pretty trippy how all these people get their high blood pressure and they'll probably never even see each other.
Walk and talk.
I want Alonzo to come out, man. Exactly. That's the thing. And I got to play into it, because I go, well, I could sit here and just be silent. I guess you could prove something with that, even if you're not proving anything. You're just practicing peace. But what does it do for the broadcast?
The screen.
So you're almost forced to be pulled in, even if you're conscious and aware, to have the back and forth. Then at a certain point, you go, okay, we did this. We've done it 1,000 times. Let's take it somewhere. And they can never get to that part. They're too busy trying to destroy me and character assassinate me to realize what my true motive and intention is beyond the content and the controversy, which should be overwhelmingly apparent and glaring based on how I live when no one's watching. You got overwhelming testimony for folks who've told you stuff here that I never put them up to telling. They say, this is how he lives when no one's watching. And then they come online with no face and no name and try to demean me and diminish me like I'm not on record 1,000 fucking ways. I do that for me. Another thing they can't understand, that I would be good and true and do what's right for me. You don't need to come out here and care what other people think about what I do when no one but God is watching. Stupid infidel motherfuckers who claim to be Christian. You don't know my heart. You can't judge my heart. Only the Creator can. That's what the scripture says. And you don't adhere to it, because I come on a broadcast and play up at my ego, which everyone has. And if you act like you don't, when you're more egoic than me times 10, constantly following me around and trying to character assassinate me with false claims and lies, you're delusional. We see through you. You won't gaslight me. I'm not the crazy one who needs medication anymore because I want principles, rights, and freedom and logic. Those days are over. It was ridiculous when they were here. The only reason I allowed it, because I thought these folks were in on something I wasn't. Well, that's over. They proved that to be, they were in on something I wasn't. Slavery and mind control, and I don't want any part of it. And dogmatic zealotry with religion. I'm not interested in your fucking cultural, societal, personality disorders. Think you know me? You don't even know yourself. You could not know me and where I'm at and what I'm about and what I'm doing, because you don't live that way. And when you try to act like you're going to assess me, all you do is project. From Talcott to Flow State to TBE to every one of them. Your mere assessment of me is a conviction of you, because it doesn't speak to anything I am and do, but it calls you out for everything you are here day after day. That's the fascination when you work with these demons who are undermining heart control. Like Hillary, she was an expert at it. Go watch the Hillary debates. Donald Trump's involved in backroom uranium deals. Donald Trump's involved in human trafficking. Bitch, you're telling on him for everything you all are doing. You think we don't know that? And she sits up there with a smile like she's saving the people, revealing it. We see through your psychotic, narcissistic ways. We see through your gaslighting while projecting that I'm all that and more. It's not the case. And when we go to the facts and the records of who and what we are and what we've done on the ground and on here and in people's lives, it doesn't fucking compare. When you go to an objective archetypal man and what the standard is. In front of God, whatever the fuck you think that is. Your thoughts, Wizard Creature?
Greetings, everybody. Greetings, Chris. Good to see you didn't run today. I always hate that about a man. I'd rather talk to you face to face, just like Paul. I love you, brother. And the only reason I get so hard, and I have no problem with the way you treat me either, is because I know it's not a point of correction. I'm tired of fake ass motherfuckers. I see you as real. Keep being real, but don't take it out on me, brother.
No, I just asked a question one day and you yelled at me, and then I was like, "What the hell? I thought we were just friends." So
we are.
and all I said was, hey, my family, William
Just
Tyndale died
friends.
for the Bible and for it to be in English. And when I hear certain people preach God and then act certain ways, I feel it's just like certain people's duties to say something. And all I asked was, hey, why do people preach God and act in a certain way? That's all. I wasn't like directing it to you. And then you called me out, and then I got a little heated. So I apologize, and I don't really care, you know.
Yeah, because it's all about turning the tables, and it's not turning the tables on other people. It's the lies. You turn the table on the lies, and that's it. If we can't stand up to the truth, then we're going to fall to every lie out there.
This person's talking about stuff that I want to just touch on for a second. It's all a lifestyle and a process. You got to choose certain thoughts. You got to choose your feeling attachment styles, if not your feelings, and how you cope with them or respond to them or react with them, control reactions. And yes, you have to alter your dietary and biological process. If not alter, reform, right? Bring it back to its original state. So with that said, yeah, I've gone through processes of taking plants and herbs every single day and, you know, not eating meat and other things. And at certain times fasting. At one point I was fasting more and more until I started getting headaches. And I would drink water, whatever else. I might have something else going on that needs to be reordered. But the reality of it is I've taken various things to cleanse myself, to detox myself, to reorder my biology back to its most supernatural state. And yeah, there's research and work you have to do on that. And yes, I'm not willing to rule out that this meat and all these other things have energies in them, have parasites in them. You don't even know what a parasite is energetically. We don't know what any of this is. But the reality is they say human beings all over under mind and heart control. They don't say that. I say that. They just show that. I believe them. Who knows? If you cut someone open and they're full of parasites that look like worms or whatever else energetically, that could be whatever the fuck else, spiritual war. I don't know. I don't have to put a religious meaning on necessarily everything or spiritual take on it. But what we see is that this is a realm of growth and actualization and realization, flowering, and then there's parasitic elements. And it would seem to me that there's a certain class of beings, whether they're from here, another realm, or another planet, who want to further this idea of codependency and parasitic beingness. They want to suck masculinity out of humanity. They want to suck rights and freedom and principles and all the rest out.
Strange times.
So
indeed.
yeah, it would make sense that beings energetically who are like that would propagate a society to fill all the dumb slaves.
I mean, I'm sitting here with
biological entities that would essentially alter their beingness, their consciousness,
simultaneously.
and their direction and their destiny. You essentially have an alien invading force. Now, whether that's a purely natural element in this biological realm, parasites and whatever else, might just be that. I'm not saying it has to be one or the other, but there's an idea behind it, right? From the beginning of time, they called it angels, demons, grace and blessings versus being cursed. How much of that is directly connected to the way you think, feel, live, eat, everyone around you, the environment, location, your process, your practice? It's all there. So they might just be using an archetypal language, a spiritual language, to describe an experience that's been the same since the beginning of time. If you do not focus on yourself and level up and actualize and realize and be the best version of self, you will succumb to what seems like demonic possession. And it may look like parasites, mental illness, this, that, the third, drug and alcohol addictions. So there is something to all this. It's psychology and sociology, again, and spiritual faith. If you do what's true and what's right, if you reform yourself and work the process and you unyoke yourself from all of the infidels, misleaders, and misled, you might just have a chance at salvation, so to speak.
Kill the mic yet?
It would seem to me, based on who I was and who I am now, that I've been saved, in quotes.
Hello.
I don't have to constantly run around yelling Jesus in everyone's face and rebuking everyone in order to understand that I, on my process and my journey, have done a 180 and have been saved. I was once lost, now I'm found. I have purpose and meaning in my life. I see energy and inspiration in others and change in others, and I see blessings put back forth and value put back forth for the blessings and value I put out. So I'm essentially doing ministry, as far as I understand it. I don't have to call it all that or see it as all that to realize that they're talking about an experience that I'm having for me. Doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks or feels about it, unless it works for them and is beneficial for them, because the way is the way. It's not my way and your way. Your thoughts on any of this wizard creature, Chris Rasta? I'll throw the link again, and then we're going to go to High Value Man and what the list is. I think there's 4 or 5 lists, and then I got 2 of them, and they're pretty decent videos. I would think at least they could spur on a conversation or create a perspective.
Sorry, I think it's true sovereignty. Once you start realizing who you are and what you walk with, regardless who's around you, it's true sovereignty. And like you said, it's almost like being reborn again, and you want to share the gospel with everybody else. A lot of people think the gospel is just going to be with like about the Bible or something. It's actually about what you speak as well. So I think that the more that we learn sovereignty, we learn how to treat others and nature and other stuff. And I think it's bitching that you don't eat animals. I was like that for 5 or 6 years. Then I got poor, so I started eating off the cheap menu and stuff. But I really dig what you do. All you, wizard, very intelligent.
Hey bro, I'm not gonna let you get away with that, because if you got a spiritual purpose and principle, I sat there and ate the same thing all day, every day for a year straight. Ask Clayton, he was up here, he said it. He said this motherfucker's fat. I never seen anybody eat the same thing all day, every day for a year straight. Because that to me was discipline. What does Heraclitus, one of them says, you want to control every aspect of yourself, learn to control what goes in and out of your mouth. Right? Absolutely. So for the beta boys, you can put a 3rd option on that, not just food and words. You know what I'm talking about. Stop sucking all that dick metaversally. That's what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah, and I gotta give a shout out to my brother Chris there. Awesome move today, brother. That's what I was expecting. It just didn't come as soon as I expected. So kudos. You're 10 ups on me again today. Thanks. Love you.
Yeah, you want to tell me about being poor, bro, and not have nothing, or at least living that simulation? I had a ton of money in the bank. I said that don't mean nothing. I got to find a value in me. Value in the bank ain't value in me. So where am I going to get that? Discipline and principles, purpose. So at that point, right, if I had to, I did without reefer. You know, if I had to, I'm not gonna go out of my way, right? I was practicing that. I was practicing a whole bunch of stuff. Ate the same thing every day, years straight. Beans and rice was one point. You know, it would change from time to time if I decided to change it. But you know, I go years straight eating the same thing. Doesn't matter. I'm eating it for sustenance. I'm eating it for purpose, not pleasure. If you live a life of pleasure, you will wind up in addiction. If you live a life of purpose, you will manifest your destiny. So what is the purpose of eating? To sustain oneself. The more you can hold on to the center of that purpose, the more you're going to find meaning in your life. Fulfillment. You know, you got all these people out here running all around. Everything is pleasure motivated. They live a life of codependency and addiction. If they lived a life based in the purpose that was inherently here, they would manifest their destiny instead of a fate that they can't love or live with. And that goes for me as well. I'm speaking to me as well. All criticism is self-criticism because I got away from that.
Well, they got the news, video games, movies, a lot of stuff to try to distract us from finding our inner self, our higher consciousness, you know? So, I mean, that's just
happiness is not found in a man acquiring more. Happiness is found in a man learning to enjoy less. I got to thank Tariq. Thank you, sir. That's another thing I want to be clear. If you hear me on any other platform talk about contributions or gifts and try to turn up on these motherfuckers, let's be clear. I'm not bragging. I'm not gloating. I'm blessed. I'm thankful and grateful, and I don't take any of this shit for granted. If you saw me day to day in my conversation with her and how I carry myself, you would know that if you don't get it here. So let's not, you know, be confused. Anybody that contributes and supports to me in this broadcast, I'm thankful and grateful, and I'm blessed to be here, and I'm honored to be part of this experience. So when you see them coming at me and you see me going, yeah, motherfucker, I'm just getting support. The people are riding with me. They want to see me win, and they're going to help me because they resonate with this truth and my energy in this walk, in this way. All right? That's a beautiful thing. And I'm not saying it at that moment being egoic, trying to shit on the people like I'm using them and I'm entitled to something. No. I'm using it as a bolstering, a support system for my healthy, positive ego. Say, I'm not going to doubt myself no more. I'm not going to be disempowered. You ain't going to gaslight me. You ain't going to tell me I'm going to be poor and broke and a loser failure forever. You're living like that. I got the evidence that I'm not that. And I did it all without selling my soul. See, when you can do what you want to do, better yet, do what you need to do, what's true and what's right, give that away to others, and still make a living, you're way ahead of the game. So I never let myself get tricked out of position. I never get egoic. I put on a little bit for them and for the other people out there who are like me. Say, yeah, motherfucker, if he could get it, I could get it too. The right way. You don't know the fucking life I live. I don't care about what my father looks like and how he comes on here. That motherfucker has changed in certain ways too, at least on here. At one point, in the way we lived and how we are, where we come from, it's ruthless. And yes, it's competitive. And yes, you want to win. So again, there's a fine line between being loving and caring and being there for the truth. So when I'm here with a passion for truth and I want us all to win as human beings, I don't care how I come at it. I'm telling you that's what my intention is, and that's what the fuck I'm living. And I have some of the results and evidence for that in various venues. Believe it or not. So I speak that to remind myself and others of what's possible. The opportunities that are here have come forth and are still out there, and to not trick ourselves out of position. I don't live like you all. That's the difference. I have some level of self-respect and dignity and credibility and integrity. I know it doesn't seem like it because I'm a trailer-dwelling, weed-smoking gorilla. But yes, I fashion myself as that on some. I have some level of class, ironically. I fashion myself that way. I say, these people are fucking classless. Even to a semi-classless gorilla online, these folks have no class, they have no self-respect, they have no dignity and no honor. What the fuck I see. They have a nerve to make a judgment about me on that when I kick back, smoke some reefer, and talk some good shit to keep you entranced and enthralled. Come on, man. I'm gonna do the Biden on you. Come on, man. Corn Pop was a bad dude. We were hanging out. Check. Children, lap, rubbing my hairs, the whole deal. Fuck is everyone's problem? Wizard creature. I just went and got an ice cream cone. My favorite ice cream is vanilla. Huh? The view's going up? What kind of twisted simulation trip am I living in here? Hallucination.
Be here. Yeah. I think
It's
OBS crashed.
seriously
just the
demented, that's
audio
for sure. We
portion.
got too many people like that.
Like the philosopher said, man, the man who's proud of his high intelligence is like the condemned man who's proud of his large jail cell. You know, you don't sit in a large jail cell and go, I'm so proud of being alone in here and having so much space to expand my mind and myself.
Seems like I have a
The
lot
guy
of
that thinks
problems
he's king of the
with
yard sits in his
OBS
jail
for
cell
whatever
all
reason.
day. Doesn't go out on the yard because he's got everybody serving him in the jail cell.
Now I can't hear the. I
could never
hear
get used to a
stream.
6x9.
Thank you all for bearing with me through the technical difficulties. Much appreciated. I think I said I'm done in 12 minutes, so I'll wrap up solo style here, I suppose. Yeah, and whoever was commenting about me replaying content that most of this audience has already seen, well, I myself had not seen the entirety of that portion. While I'm certain just about everybody here visits Mr. Paul Enslaved's broadcast at some point, probably daily or very nearly daily. Well, I mean, it's possible that I somehow caused the audio to just stop working. I suppose that's possible, Jake, but I don't think that's what happened. But I'm certainly not very well versed in OBS yet, so it's possible that it was something I did. I'm actually halfway decent with computers overall. Although now I am a boomer, so that's certainly getting in my way. I see Mr. Unslaved is doing his music warm-up or whatever that may be. So feel free to cruise on by.
Enough for your slop nutshell. Al Brown, heat makers, Dipset all day. Come on, chip. Gangsters fuck with me, hustlers fuck with me, cause they grew up on the same blocks that corrupted me. And if you ain't real right, don't throw it up to me. A bunch of coward cocksuckers, y'all grown up.
Tribe in Florida.
You ain't walking right, get your ditty vibe together. Give a fuck if it's broad daylight, my city pop will never end. We can get to scrapping, I'm a fighter, not a lover man. Never be broke, stretch coat like it's rubber bands. My dope from Africa, straight from the motherland. Your girl can't suck a good dick, but your mother can. You had to get a deal of ice, your rich your hands met. I did that without show money or
is Tribe in Clearwater, Florida? That's the question.
Sent to the store, think they gangster now. Posted up in front of the store. Man, y'all still law niggas to me. Y'all just grew some sideburns in a law goatee. Remember me? I told you this is what I do on diplomatic community. I was gone for a while, but now y'all got to get used to me. Yes, Hal Bell's back in the building. I got everybody hostage out to go for the building. Plus, you always want to talk about what y'all niggas gonna do to me. I'm standing right here on my hip. It's where the Rugers be. Yes, Hal Bell's back in the building. I got everybody hostage out to go for the building. Yeah. Fuck with me, get in this Dipset crew. I had a flow before Doug was screaming, get fresh crew. I bust my gun, get fresh too.
Thank you for your patience.
I
was busy changing the battery in the microphone.
And if I shoot down the MIA, now I ain't going to see Trick Daddy.
If we still doing this, Snapper? Is this still what's happening?
I'm Hal Rel Chase Cheese, middle name Nacho, and my nigga Santana, yeah, he's human.
Oh, is it big surf time? What's going on in Western Florida? That's the Gulf Coast side, right? Oh. Texas, according to Sterling Ray, good to see you, sir, is under a wildfire threat thanks to the drought. And are they really unusually high temps? It's summertime in Texas. Is it really unusually high? I'm just saying. Oh, is it a ma'am? Apologies. You know, I feel like I knew that, but thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. I feel like I knew that on some level. What tunes was I restreaming? Dal? I'm not saying that I didn't. What was I streaming that had music? Because I don't remember. Was it Mr. Unslaved? Who was it? Oh, I forgot to mute. I forgot to mute the stream. Since my audio died, I can't hear it. So, yeah, thanks. Yeah, thank you. I just forgot to mute it. Yeah, I knew to mute, but because I didn't hear the music, I thought I muted. But yeah, we'll probably get in trouble. But YouTube lets me just mute the audio for that whole section. So we'll be all right. But thank you. Thank you for the reminder. It's been a bit of an S show. A bit of an S show, today's show. However, I damn near took the afternoon off. I'm really just trying to hold out until Paul goes live. Hopefully pretty soon. So that I may leave the library. That's what I'm doing. S tier, yeah. That's right. Yep. But yeah, thanks for reminding me. Yep. Like I said, they let me select an option in the studio, and it just mutes all the audio for the time that the music was playing, which is a bummer if I'm actually saying something, right? Or someone else. All right, we're out of here in 6 minutes. Anybody got anything to say? Am I really just going to sit here? I can't even really leave because the people have to come let me back in the study room. It locks behind me. Cage is live. Okay, well, I don't know that I can't even hear it. That's the problem. I can't hear it. I guess I could switch on to this laptop maybe. Yeah, the THCO is definitely holding me back from being able to produce in real time. Now we're getting phone calls. Who's calling us? Potential spam, eh? Well, don't call the spam, sir. What are you doing? Block the spam. Don't call the spam. I'm not a phone person. Yeah. Cage, the show killer. Gary, the only stretch ripped apart murder was the baby. What the snafu? This is the schizophrenia, sir. This is these graphic descriptions that do you visualize this, sir? This is not good. This is bad for you. Yeah, no more fires, Jeep Girl, hopefully. Now Snafu's doing material. Oh man. That's a thumbnail right there. I'm taking a screenshot. Yeah, there's the thumbnail. Oh man. Is there an option? Why can't I have just my face in the middle, like where the circle is, where Woody's face is? Why can't that be my face, but my face moving in real time? Like that's all, folks. Looney Tunes style. That has to be possible, right? Is that an OBS setting? But yeah, the reality is I need to go back to the lab and get off the synthetic cannabinoids and learn OBS. Because even if it did crash, there's probably some kind of way to recover, I would assume. So time to get your skills up, Padna. And also shout out to Highly Suspect, our friend Keith. I procrastinated today, Keith, although I did that by engaging myself in many other debatably productive activities such as live streaming. I also went to Walgreens and purchased a $90 Amazon gift card and bought nutritional supplements. Well, actually, the enzymes and associated products that I'm nearly entirely dependent upon to digest food. These lesser expensive enzymes tend to cause a little bit of heartburn and acid. What do they call that? Acid reflux. Nothing too serious. Nothing the betaine hydrochloride with pepsin won't take care of. And I see how dependent I am on my routines. I'm used to being in my hovel where I can, put something into my system much of the day. And then with my illness, see, I always have the built-in excuse of not feeling well. Well, yeah, that's true, but that's pretty much the case all day long. But I will say this to Mr. Unslaved. I'm not sure I have the endurance to start my day so early, and then, not that I'm waiting on him, because obviously he's going to begin his broadcast whenever he sees fit. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that I'm running out of steam. And in fact, I think I might be out of here, folks. Bummer, dude. Doing dabs of ox bile will cure what ails you. And Dow, I don't know if you got to see the replay of the walk and talk. We met. We might have made a friend in real life, possibly, maybe. We met a person on stream at 3:30 in the morning, who then joined the broadcast in the live chat, at least. Although I suppose that could have been someone pretending to be that person, but I don't believe so. And that person did email me, so I believe it was the person. What is the name of Cage's channel? Show Killers Central? Show Killers Unite. Complete and total destruction of all panels. The human walkie-talkie. There you go. I see what you did there, Dow. Yeah, I think it's watermelon time. And in order to be a man of my word, I see we're 1 minute past, so hopefully y'all won't hold me to that. This broadcast will self-destruct shortly. Still looking forward to the IRL content. It's going to have to be early in the day. I'm pooped. No good watermelons where Sophia is. I found some decent mini watermelons here lately. Seeded mini watermelons for an affordable price. Music Holds a Secret said he paid something like $7.99 or $6.99 for a seeded mini watermelon. I think they're about $5.50 here, so I think I'm going to go pick me up a couple of minis. Appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for putting up with me. Apologies for the old man streamer difficulties. I will endeavor to get my act together, folks. And go check out Mr. Unslaved streaming now, his warm-up stream, and then presumably streaming later. Perhaps I will risk trying to call in on my mobile connection later. Indeed. But yeah, I think as much as I mentally was trying to put myself in a space where I was going to force myself to come down here and just stay here well into the afternoon, realistically, I'm not sure that's, or scratch that. I'm not certain that's realistic for where I'm at currently. Bit of a bummer, honestly. Feel like Mr. Unslaved may have been tuned in, and I feel like maybe perhaps I made some level of a commitment. So if he's listening by any chance, that was the intention. Okay, full size. My apologies. Music Holds a Secret. That makes more sense. Why did my brain make that conversion? I don't know. Yeah, that's a heck of a deal right there. Yeah, $7.99. I'm sure they were big. I'm sure it was a big watermelon too. Yeah, I'm not buying an entire large watermelon myself, though. I don't want to risk overeating. One thing about the watermelon, though, the urinating so many times during the night, not so fun. All right, we're out of here. Thanks for watching. Bye.